Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Muhammad Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Wanda Wallace. Wanda is an author, speaker, managing partner at the Leadership Forum, and a podcast host. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Wanda Wallace. Wanda, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
I think most of the things that I've done in my life, I have sort of fallen into, and I think a lot of people say the same thing. But in this particular occasion, the work that I'm doing today started because I was doing a bit of a research project to prove that my perspective was right. And for that project, I was interviewing lots of people. 3 conversations in, and the course of my career changed. That's what inspired me. It's the stories of the experiences of the people I was talking to, what had happened to them, where they were going, and trying to make sense of those stories.
Wonderful. What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
I think, like everyone, getting that down to 3 is always a challenge. But let me pick number 1 is a hiring mistake, particularly for people who are looking to grow their business. It's not so much the bad hiring as it is keeping somebody past the point that you've grown beyond them. And there have been too many occasions where I just haven't let people go quickly enough. I should have, and I haven't done it. And part of that is because I wasn't monitoring closely enough how they were doing their job. And in all cases, I would say we just grew past what they could actually provide for us. So that's one mistake. Second mistake, I'd say, particularly for people who are looking to build their business, is while having breadth is one of my real skill sets, it's also a barrier. Because what it means is people don't know how to think about me. So I do diversity work, I do leadership training work, I do coaching work, I do speaking engagements. That breadth is fabulous, but you don't know where to slot me in. And sometimes I think I've made a mistake by going broad. It's what I've done, but that's part of the mistake. And then I think the third one is figuring out how to crack the marketing code. I think we started too late on actively marketing, sort of in the media, in ads, and so on. I think that's a hard one to crack for everybody.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Okay. The biggest failure always has to do with losing a client, because in my business, that's the last thing you want to do. It's fine if you fire a client, but you don't want to lose them from your own control. And in this particular case, I'm going to tell it as if I made the right choice. And then I'm going to explain why I think I made a mistake in the process. But this was a client that I had done a lot of work with, and they were making a change in their leadership model and their leadership values and in how they were assessing their leaders. I believed that some of the choices they were making were not good for people inside the company, meaning it was trying to create a one size fits all and not allowing enough diversity of thought, diversity of experience. And I also felt that the process they were using wasn't validated. So here we're going to mess with people's careers on, kind of not great terms from my point of view. The mistake, so I was very vocal about that, and I have no regrets for being vocal about it. My mistake was in how I was vocal about it. I wasn't as thoughtful as I needed to be about who I spoke to, when I spoke to, and I lost that client as a result. I thought I would recover them. I've sort of never really recovered them.
How did you recover from that loss?
How did I recover from that one? Pick up another client and move on. You always say, all right, so I made a mistake. Would I do that differently again next time? In part, yes, and in part, no. And then you just shift your attention onto something else and move on is the best that I can say.
What are your top 3 success secrets that others can model from?
Okay. Success secrets. One of the secrets for me is getting focused on the impact that I have and watching that both from the organizational level and from the individual level. And it is the thing that I am most proud of and the thing that I monitor more than anything else. And I'm not just talking about people are happy. I'm talking about being able to see the impact of working with me over a longer term. So I think that's, having that metric for where where you're being successful. I think the second one is doing work you love. There were times, one of my mistakes is doing a topic that I just didn't love very much. I think I was reasonably good at it. I think I had a good perspective, but I didn't have the passion for it. And that passion just comes across. And I think that's part of what the audience responds to in the work that I do. So staying focused on that one. I guess that's my two biggest secrets for success. Oh, I have one last one secret for success I'll add, which is, everybody says focus on the top end of your clients. And I say the opposite, focus on the bottom to middle end of your clients. Because if you help those young people grow in their careers, they will leave that company, go somewhere else, and just bring you right along. Or as their careers expand, you have greater and greater opportunities to work with them. That's my other success secret.
We are about to move into lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
What are you grateful for today?
Bad managers. They keep me employed. Seriously, I am grateful for great clients. And I'm grateful, of course, for friends and health and all those wonderful things in life.
How young are you?
64 and going strong. I'm not stopping.
Wanda, you are not 64. You're 18 years old with a 46 years experience.
Perfect. Thank you.
What you want to do when you grow up?
What I'm doing right now. I still have an incredible passion for the work that I'm doing. There's more work to do. There's greater impact to have. And I really want to continue to see that impact, both on organizations and on individuals. One of my biggest passions at the moment has to do with, we say to everybody, you need to understand how to manage your career. You have to manage it. It's your career. But we don't show people how to do that. And that's one of my passions in the coming years.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
All right, I have two answers to this one. Number one is I don't understand the meaning of the word no. I don't think I have ever understood it. I think I've gotten better with time in my 46 years of experience. So to me, no is just a look for another way. But equally, I will say curiosity is the secret for me, in that I start to look at why, what happened, why did it happen, what's going on, what's the root cause, what are the alternatives. That curiosity is what gets you through it.
I like to ask a follow-up question to your no part. And I say, when someone says no to you, how you carry on the conversation?
I usually go into the curiosity. So tell me more about you, why you say no. Tell me what it is that you're thinking. Tell me what would work for you, are my secrets.
How do you start your day?
I start my day every day with a mental game that just keeps me, wakes my brain up, gets me thinking. And, it varies day to day, but some sort of mental puzzle.
What is the advice you give to a younger yourself?
Don't worry about it too much. I think life is a series of experiences. So you're going to have a whole bunch of good experiences and bad experiences. Just keep going.
Once you have a revenue-generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
I show them the money. It's very difficult to prove to somebody that a new idea is actually going to work until you can bring in that first client. So my secret is testing that idea with several different clients to make sure, and I'll know after 5 conversations whether it's really going to work or not work. And then that's when I'll bring it to my significant other.
What is the impactful book you have read and what did you learn from it?
All right, I read lots and lots of books, particularly for my podcast, but one of my all-time favorite ones is Frank Says No, and it's called Ask More.
Can I see it?
And you can see it. I'm an e-reader, so you'll see the e version here. Whoops. Yep. There you go. Yeah. I think I might get a better view of that one if you want it. It's hard to do that on e-reader. There you go.
Yeah, okay.
The reason I love it is the CNN reporter who has turned to telling people how to ask questions. And I think the secret of leading, in fact, the secret of much of life, is asking better questions. And I find the book brilliantly written, inspiring stories, and great advice.
What are your favorite questions from that book which you like to ask your clients all the time? What's your favorite? Just one.
It's not a favorite question. It's a favorite approach. which is to say, what are you trying to get out of the conversation? Are you building empathy? Are you building a relationship? Are you looking for a strategy? Are you trying to be challenging? Until you ask what you're looking for in the conversation, you can't craft good questions. That's the secret.
Okay. Why being impactful is important to you?
Because I want to make a difference in the world. And to me, I make a difference by having an impact on people's lives.
Who is your mentor and what's the impact?
This one's always a tough one for me because I've never really had a classic definition of a mentor. I think that's true for lots of women. There have been a series of people who've been great advisors to me at some moments in time, but not very many people, if anybody, who I would say has been a consistent mentor. There is one CEO that I will be forever grateful for because he has had an enormous impact on my understanding of what it means to be a CEO and therefore what it means to lead throughout the organization.
What you want to be remembered for?
I still want to be remembered for having an impact. I want to be remembered for caring, and I want to be remembered for making a difference.
Okay. Who is your ideal client?
Large global company is my ideal client in almost any industry, particularly ones that are looking to advance the quality of leadership in their organizations or to advance their diversity agenda.
You have no idea they might be watching this. When you say large global company, what does that mean? Like 200 employees or 2,000 employees or 20,000 employees?
20,000 is much more my sweet spot. I do some work with the 200, but not an awful lot of work.
So anything 10,000 plus is a good number?
10,000 plus is a good number, yes.
How about 5,000 plus?
5,000. I would, anybody can talk to me anytime. I'm always open. I'm going to end up doing more work with a larger population because there are more people to be involved. But I'll talk to anybody anytime.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. How can we support you?
Anything you can do to help me crack marketing is always a great thing. So you're always looking for that one more marketing angle and one more vision.
Okay. So go on the leadership-forum.com. It's a great looking website. Change the way we work.
That's right.
Yeah. So wonderful. We are about to wrap up, Wanda. I'd like to have your few words about your today's guest experience on the show. And here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
I'm going to say you have a great formula. I really enjoy it. It's been enormously easy to work with you and with your team. And I highly recommend the show for people who are looking for those short bites of hints on how to be successful.
What would you say as a final word?
All right. My final word is life is a journey, and it's a series of experiences. So if you think about life as a journey and you think about the journey is the important part, it's not the wins and losses, it's the experiences you gain through that journey.
Thank you so much, Wanda, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Muhammad Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.